Welcome to Deep Dive Daily.
Good morning, Andy. Hopefully you're enjoying Souptober. The Pozole looked like it came out phenomenally. I'll just say that.
It was good. Wife loved the cabbage. She's like,
She's never had cabbage on a soup before?
Well, no, but she's like, she'd never had pozole. But she's like, the cabbage makes it. She's like, you gotta have that little bit of crunch. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Yeah. Very enjoyable. Next week.
What are you gonna do with the rest of the cabbage, by the way? Because if you're just using it a little bit for an accoutrement, you got a lot left over. You can make some coleslaw to go with your pulled pork, yeah.
Probably gonna make some coleslaw, either that or bury it in the ground and make some sauerkraut. Next week. Kidding. Next week, tortellini sausage. I'm pretty pumped for that, as I do love some tortellinis.
I had tortellini
shout out
soup
to
last night.
Rob Pizzola's turtle.
Yeah,
his old turtle. Awards, the NFL. I was talking to Sammy P and Joey O this morning, and it's crazy how the Chiefs thing is just. It's the Office meme where Dwight's standing there and what's her name, Angela, sneaks up and like the Chiefs kind of did that to us this year. Like, oh yeah, this team's incredibly good, and truthfully, very healthy. You know, the Worthy thing wasn't great for a couple weeks, but Christ's sakes, like out of all the good teams, they're very healthy, all things considered.
There's one thing floating.
Yeah.
They got a left tackle.
Yeah, so that they're handling it correctly. Like they're not.
What are they handling? They're handling what correctly?
Like, they're not like airing out what this guy's dealing with. Like, it's clearly a family issue, and I think he'll be back this week. We'll find out.
The tone of Andy's response yesterday was bizarre.
I know, and I just think it's because they don't want to say anything. Like they've asked to keep things private. So, man, I might throw some kale in the tortellini sausage. God, kale's really good in soup. That's the only way you can eat that garbage fucking vegetable. We'll find out. We'll find out a little more if he's back. It sounded like it was an emergency family thing.
I do not have the details on that, but I do not love the tone of the responses and the change of the tone of the responses in particular. It doesn't sound like this was clearly an excuse thing that they have just, if they had come out and been like, hey, we fully support him. We can't wait. But, we're excited for him to come back. Blah blah blah.
Here's the thing.
It's not what they're saying.
Here's the thing. None of that matters, Drew, and it's useless to talk about. If he's the better left tackle, he's just gonna play. It doesn't matter. They can be mad at him all they want. If he's the better left tackle and he comes back, he plays. Like, Andy's mad at me. I don't give a shit. I'm playing left tackle now. I'm back. Like, I don't care if he's a little miffed that he left that close to game time. Like, Andy's smart enough; he'll just play him if he's back.
We're not making the same point here, or we're not arguing the same point here. I'm not saying they're mad arguing. I'm saying, like, what if he's just like, I'm done. I don't want to play.
Yeah, maybe. And this is funny too. Is he the better left tackle? Yeah, the other guy was pretty decent. So he was. Well, neither of them's great. We're not talking Hall of Fame left tackles here.
Sure,
both good enough.
Sure.
Either way, I think we're splitting hairs on a very good team.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Anyway, Pat Mahomes is your market leader right now for MVP. That's correct. Baker Mayfield's your second choice. That's correct. Josh Allen's your third choice. That's correct. Yeah, I think the fact that this is a race now is a little bit surprising. I mean, I assumed it was going to be a race at some point later in the season. The fact that it's a race here on October 16th is wild. I think at this point, because nobody is racing out and super distinguishing themselves from a statistical standpoint, it's going to come down to playoff seeding. So you better be a 1 or 2 seed. If you're going to beat Mahomes or Allen at this point, you better beat them by at least 2 wins, I think, in your seeding. Obviously, an NFC team doing that seems a lot more likely than an AFC team doing that, but it's possible. There is Drake Maybuzz. Would you believe he is the fourth choice right now after those top three? Drake May, sophomore quarterback for the Patriots. What is your likelihood that the Patriots get the 1 seed, Andy?
Oh, I'd have to look at my projections. Not
give me a percentage.
I mean, they're probably fourth. They're probably my fourth favorite.
Yeah.
And
so
a lot of that is the win helps.
10
to 12%. Yeah.
12-ish%. I'm a little higher. And I feel like if they get the 1 seed, that's pretty live. Their schedule is very easy. It seems like they may make a move to bring in another wide receiver, which could only help. My head is definitely on a swivel there. What's that?
It's funny how many teams are wanting to trade for all the same things, and truthfully, they should be trading for a running back instead. But who's the big name in the running back trade market that people are bandying about? Freaking Brees. They're not trading. They're not trading him to the Patriots.
I haven't even really heard much of that.
That's kind of been the one that's been pushed out the last couple of weeks. Brees Hall maybe is a trade candidate, but they're certainly not going to trade with the Patriots. So I don't know.
Anyone strike your fancy?
Not really. I mean, there's now that you have 3 or 4 pretty strong candidates, it's hard to get excited about a long shot. I have some love. What
about some medium shots?
Dak again. Dak, the problem with Dak is he might have 5,200 yards and 43 touchdowns
and 5
on a
wins.
7 seed. Yeah, it's like they eked into the playoffs. Like there's no chance for the Cowboys to get the 1 seed. The defense is way too bad. They've lost too many games that they shouldn't have already. They don't have a shot at it. So I don't know that Dak being. I mean, what amount of yards does he have to throw as a wild card? Is it breaking Manning's record? It feels like something obscene has to happen. And at that point, you probably still just give it to Mahomes and give Dak Prescott a OPOI or something.
I was going to say it's probably 5,478.
Yeah. Breaking that record, throwing 50 touchdowns, having 8 interceptions, something really low there as well.
By the way, did you know that that Manning broke Breeze's single season record by a single yard?
I did not remember that.
There's only 1 yard that separates Manning and Breeze. Golly, that's a.
Remember when Breeze
that
got
was
that?
A spiteful.
They handed him that laminated thing.
Now I got to see this 2013 Denver team and see what the final game was for them. They played the Raiders. They won 34-14. They had the 1 seed locked up, and Peyton Manning threw for 266 yards and 4 touchdowns in that game before ultimately being spelled by Brock Osweiler. So they played him
the moment he broke it.
The moment he broke it by a single yard, they took him out. Amazing. Wow, that's fucking great. Demaryius Thomas had an amazing game that day as well.
He's being put into the Ring of Honor this weekend.
Is he?
Yeah, if you want.
Oh, now I feel bad betting the Giants. I didn't know it was Thomas
Giants lose by 6. That's fine. That's an acceptable out. So yeah, I can't get excited for the mid-range names are Aaron Rodgers.
If the Colts
Daniel
let's answer
Jones.
Adahef's question here. If the Colts finish 13-4 and get the 1 seed, Jonathan Taylor is your offensive player of the year. Shane Steichen is your coach of the year, and Daniel Jones is your third for MVP.
Yeah, he'll get votes. It's just awful hard. He doesn't have the. This is silly to say because this is not in the spirit of the award. He doesn't have the body of work
and he's also third in line for credit.
Yeah, and
currently maybe he's 8th in line for credit, but I'm assuming with the 13-4 1 seed, he's third in line for credit.
I would go Steichen.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
The offensive line.
Yeah.
Carly.
Yeah.
Jim Bob.
Yeah.
The wide receiving core as a whole
unit, sure.
Warren,
I would put them above Jim Bob. Yeah.
I'd put Warren. Yeah, Jim Bob can drop down, and then DJ.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So 8th ish. Yeah. Gonsalves is your second most valuable Colt. I'm just kidding.
He's good.
But the interior, they're doing a lot of. They are really leaning hard on that interior O line. So as long as those guys are healthy, that should be fun.
No added bets for me. Although the only interesting one, because this is a team that can get a 1 seed in a murky NFC. If you do not believe in the regression is coming for this man, the Seattle Seahawks can get the 1 seed. Sam Darnold can have an amazing year, and he's like 40-1. It just, again, it's so hard to leapfrog those big names. Like he has to have the 1 seed. He has to have an incredibly clean next 10 games. And I mean, we're talking 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, wins 9 of them, kind of shit. So 40-1, it probably isn't doing it for me.
Goff, Brad brings up Goff. That's interesting to me at 1550, but the Lions schedule is super duper tough. Like they're just gonna every time he pops his head up, they're gonna take a loss, and it's gonna bop him back down. Do you think there's a path to victory for Lamar Jackson at 30-1 if he rescues the season for the Ravens? Let's assume he comes back. If he wins every game herein, and he's 12-5. And the Ravens are threatening a 1 seed, and are people just drooling over that?
That's fair, and that's something that could happen, because again, it's like the old thing in college when you lose the first game, but then you go 11-1, and nobody gives a shit about that game you lost in September. It's kind of the same thing. What have you done for me lately? And if he runs the table after he comes back, and I mean he looks good, he's putting down a 800 rushing yards from here on out to go with a bunch of wins, and the offense is humming, he's in the conversation. I don't know if that number's quite big enough.
Okay. Yeah, it's not big enough. And also it's not worth betting now because they're on bye. And also it's not worth betting now because Lamar Jackson was playing poorly before you got hurt. And also it's not worth betting now because the reinforcements are not coming for the defense ever. So I don't think it's happening. I think it's ultimately where I land. What about is there a sick, perverted world where Aaron Rodgers finds his way into the discussion, Andy? He's 50-1 right now.
Offensive player of the year, Jonathan Taylor is your favorite. I'm not even going to dignify that. Not even going to dignify what you just said. Puka, of course, dropping down due to the injury. Bijan rising up. He is your second favorite because he's very, very good, and he played a defense that allowed him to get a bunch of yards. Yeah. JSN down to 5-1. One of my guys that I love. And then Christian McCaffrey somehow, some way remains
poison price
in the conversation at 626, which is a wild price. So those are kind of your big names. Puka is at 476 right now. I don't know that he misses a ton of time, but obviously it's not some buy low spot at 5-1 on an award like this. The rest of the long shots, Barkley's not been good. Derrick Henry's on bye, and that offense is a little stuck right now. Jefferson has a bad quarterback. Jamar Chase has an ancient quarterback. Josh Jacobs is in this conversation, I guess. He's going to score a bunch of touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown is interesting in the middle of the pack, but a lot of mouths to feed up there as well.
Absolutely. All right. I don't disagree at all with the pricing of that market, except that I think Puka and Christian McCaffrey should be longer, mostly because of injury risk. All right.
So this is fun. So Joe O brought this up, and it's not available here at Bookmaker, but you can find this. I'm probably going to join this party because I just love the Cowboys. They're such a fun team. This is going to be, hey, we scored 35 points so far in this game, and we're only down by 3 right now in the third quarter. Like, there's going to be so many stupid. Yeah, and Brad hits it. He just wins comeback player of the year. He can win both. If he throws for like 5,500 yards and like 50 touchdowns, I don't know. There'll be people that are just so impressed with that they'll get it. It might be kind of a split vote between him and Jonathan Taylor. And I know they've both been hurt, but I consider Jonathan Taylor a higher injury risk based on volume, hits, and the fact that he's been injured a couple times. So
you're twisting my arm.
If you got 150-1, I don't know. I've done worse things with $20.
A 7-win team where people are like, the Cowboys didn't even make the playoffs. I can't vote for Dak MVP, but I'll give him offensive player of the year. That's not crazy. That's really not.
It's fun too. It's fun.
Comeback player of the year though is the bugaboo. And maybe
give that to Daniel Jones.
Maybe that's the Rourke.
Funny.
There's a lot of.
I got nothing
Darren
else.
Waller's comeback is even more impressive. Anyway, I guess I'm more surprised. More surprised by that comeback. I guess. DPOY is a 4-horse race currently between Micah Parsons, Aiden Hutchinson, Nick Benito, and Myles Garrett. Your outsiders are Will Anderson and TJ Watt. TJ Watt has shortened to 12-1. Will Anderson is 10-1.
He's had a few sacks in the last couple games.
The fact that Will Anderson didn't drift more, despite the fact that the Texans haven't played, and that his numbers are still showing up as freaking incredibly valuable, and the Texans could turn the corner here, has me the most interested in Anderson in the 10-11-1 range. But I don't think there's like a glaring obvious bet here. What do you think?
Yeah, he's the one I've mentioned a couple times for the last few weeks, and I just can't quite pull the trigger on that because it's kind of like MVP where there's just what has to happen for he has to have such an outstanding next 10 games and 4 other guys can't. Like it's a parlay of Benito, Hutchinson, Parsons, Garrett, all kind of drift a little back and have some slow games. He has an amazing season, and then TJ Watt and Verse can't do anything either. It's just not. You can get Will Anderson for 16-1 at other places.
Can I ask you a question? So the pass rushers aren't really on pace to do anything super impressive this year. It just looks like kind of like a glut, little cluster. No, I'm just this is the setup. Same thing happened last year, and it opened the door for Patrick Surtain. And I'm not saying that a cornerback is going to steal this thing, but is there a defense that you think could ultimately distinguish themselves as clearly the best defense where a surprise candidate emerges?
So I do think the Vikings are in that conversation. Despite injuries, they have some pretty good numbers on paper. There's just nobody splashy right now from their team. And I'm not just saying that because I did bet those long shots at like 100, 150-1 early in the season or in the off season, but like one of those guys, Grenard, Van Ginkel, now that he's coming back, somebody on that defense is going to have to step up and like flash and, have a 6-week stretch where they get 8 sacks and a touchdown. And, the defense is averaging giving up like 14 points a game. Yeah, it has to be a bunch of stuff. I don't know who the other defense would be. If you have some names, I'm willing to listen. Minnesota's one of my better defenses right now.
Seattle was the first one that came to mind.
Yeah, but who's the standout there?
That's what I'm at. That was kind of why I was curious what your thoughts were.
Yeah, it's another one where I
popping.
Somebody brought up Seattle, or somebody on Seattle the other week. Like you could bet Witherspoon. I think he's the most likely to be, once he's back, like a chaotic force where he's sacks, interceptions, touchdowns, fumble recoveries, because he's he's going to play in the box quite a bit as well. But I need like 200-1 on something like that. He's not even playing right now.
The top performer so far on the defense from a counting stat standpoint is Byron Murphy, and he's pretty far down there.
Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence, like is Leonard Williams. I get Leonard Williams, he could make a case, but not a good enough case. So
there's no one who's leading in pressures who's not converting to sacks. Actually, who's leading in pressures and quick pressures and just not getting the counting sacks is Abdul Carter. That's kind of bananas. He is pressuring all the time. He only has half a sack so far.
Atlanta's a fun. If that defense truly is good too, it's just such a group project.
Yeah, it's
they have the group project dynamic.
After we talked about that yesterday, I dug as hard as I could to try to figure out who deserves the most credit there, and it's Caden Ellis. It's Caden Ellis.
Yeah, they're freeing Caden Ellis up. The rookies are really just bringing it.
It's Caden Ellis.
It's funny. I dug into it too, and it is just like, this is truly like
kind of everybody's playing well.
It's truly like
they're just all
a group
playing
project, and everybody's contributing at a nice level right now.
Somehow Jeff Ulbrich is live for assistant coach of the year. I can't fucking believe it.
Weird. 20 minutes deep into a 20-minute show, and we've got through 2 awards.
0 bets. That's third award. I don't.
Oh, that was our third.
I don't think I have a DPOY in me. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Cam Ward. We doing this 70-1?
No. He just lost his best receiver. I don't think they have a good play caller.
What's the update there?
I don't think he plays this week. I don't have a true update, I guess, but
the way you said it made it sound like you heard that he was gone.
No. He's like Ayumanor, I guess, is there. They have the rookie receiver, but I think Ridley could miss this week. They're playing a bad defense. I guess that's in his advantage. I don't think he puts up the stats or the wins to be truly considered. There's just no hype around the kid either.
What has to happen for Quinshon Judkins to get in the mix at 30-1?
Like 10 touchdowns from here on out. A lot of yards. Probably an injury in New York.
Okay. Well, that's not. I wouldn't hold. You can hold your breath there.
I was gonna say. If you need a reason to
hold
fade
your breath. Yeah.
If you need a reason to fade Jackson Dart as a favorite, just go watch that play where he ran for a first down on the right sideline, and he literally did the Ralph Wiggum through the window meme, where he just like arms at his side, head forward. He is going to get hurt. It's going to hurt me so bad because I got some nice numbers on him. Egbuka down. He's your second favorite still, despite being out. It's crazy. McMillan doesn't get mentioned in that. Tyler Warren's. That's another one too, where there's too many people getting credit in that offense. Tet McMillan, I don't think has a decent.
There's a world though where Tyler Warren is just the most consistent of any of these guys throughout the balance of the season.
Yeah, how's that worked out for tight ends who were setting records and looking so good in the offense as a rookie?
I don't think it's worked out well, but
no, this is different.
This is an
actual good team. The Raiders were not an actual good team.
It's an actual good team, and everybody else is volatile and or injury prone and or is not as good as we were thinking they were going to be. So Warren just being a consistent contributor is not interesting to you. Okay. I just want a world where the Colts win every award except for DPOY, protector of the year, executive of the year, coach of the year.
Owner of the
assistant coach of the year for Lou Anarumo. Yeah. Owner of the year, no question. When executive of the year, I was thinking of Carly. I wasn't going to give that to Chris Ballard. No way.
I think Ballard's good. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, I don't really want to give him awards.
He did sign Daniel Jones, which might have gone down as the best move. No, the best move was Sam Darnold for Geno so far. Ooh, man. Right? Is there a better move so far? Was there a better move than
getting rid of Geno? Yeah.
Not just getting rid of Geno, but getting Darnold and a pick for Geno.
See, yeah, Brock Bowers versus this field, he probably does win it, but
I agree with Brad.
We have the same thing. Like, I know he's not even close to the level of JD, but if he wins a few more games and he keeps the excitement up, these exciting whites.
Honestly,
Dart stays healthy, he just wins.
Dart, you took the words right out of my mouth. Like if he starts every game for the rest of the season, he just wins. Yeah. There's
the narrative around him.
He could lose
saving Dable's career.
Yeah.
Like Dable probably doesn't get fired if Dart plays well enough to win Rookie of the Year. Fire your coach.
Right now, I would say Dable's odds on to be the back. He's odds.
Yeah,
on
I'm probably 70-30. Yeah. We were doing that conversation. I was talking with someone online back and forth on Twitter, going through like who should the Titans go after, and we were talking about like what are the actual openings. And right now, in my mind, there's only one that's for sure outside of Tennessee, and that's the Dolphins. I do believe no matter what happens. Preseason, I would have said the New York Giants are like 90-10. Honestly, we would have said the Colts are one of the favorites to maybe get rid of the coach.
Second was the co-favorite
right now.
At one point
Miami and Tennessee for me are locks. The two New York teams are up in the air, and then the rest is weird. The rest is like a lot of first-year guys, a lot of second-year guys, a lot of teams that Atlanta was on that list for me because I didn't love the coaching staff there, but they're playing better.
Mm-hmm. Sirianni is quietly on the hot seat. Gannon is quietly on the hot seat.
Gannon got added. And Dable living off that one.
No one in the NFC North. AFC North.
There's a case for Taylor.
There's a case for 3 guys.
I don't.
Everybody but Tomlin. There's a case.
I mean, Tomlin probably wins the damn division, which is crazy. He just says that guy has 1 million lives. I don't think you can. Are you gonna fire Harbaugh and be like, we'll have a better coach than this? I don't think there's some guy sitting there waiting to coach that's better.
I don't know.
We've delved into weird territory.
If it goes as badly as it's going, if this trend carries forward, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's likely, but I wouldn't say it's off the table at all. And then in the AFC West, I don't see it happening, but you never know.
No, a lot of.
So yeah, there's probably only going to be about 4 vacancies. I mean, we're always.
I set it at 3.5 minus 150 to the over. Was my line I put.
Okay. Well, Stefanski and Zach Taylor are very much on watch, in my opinion. Gannon, Sirianni.
And Gannon.
Yeah. You think Sirianni's not on the hot seat?
Not really. He's got a lot of equity there.
He just won the Super Bowl. It would be unbelievably funny if they fired him.
Yeah, that's tough. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we don't ever have anything.
He clearly cannot keep that locker room in order, though. It is such a wildly volatile spot.
Anyway. They need to promote Dom, apparently. Defensive Rookie of the Year is again boring.
Yeah, I guess maybe your second choice should clearly be Will Johnson now. I don't have a third choice really. There were some people pumping the tires on Harmon.
Yeah, Harmon's good. If you want to bet Harmon as an interior guy, kind of 33-1.
He's got more counting stats than Abdul Carter, and he's played a lot less.
And at the end of the year, we might view that as a better defense, which doesn't matter as much for rookie defensive rookie as it does for defensive player. I can see that. Harmon's interesting. The only other interesting one to me was for a while was Mykal Williams, but it's just not looking like that's going to be a good defense or a good situation.
Nope. Agreed.
Comeback player
of the year. A case for either of your Falcons?
No, it's a group practice.
Capitulation was so fast. Wow. Okay.
The numbers aren't very big either. A lot of people bet Pierce. I don't think Pierce and Walker at like 28-30-1. I don't know if it's big enough.
Okay.
They're selfless. They care more about the team playing well than individual stats at this point. They're just overall good guys. Oh God, I hate the Falcons too. Comeback player of the year, your favorite is now Dak Prescott. Christian McCaffrey, Daniel Jones, and Aiden Hutchinson are all right there. Dak Prescott actually injured last year, so this makes sense. Waller, sneaky dark horse, just needs to keep scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, Waller is your outsider, but Dak at plus 190 that's wrong. It's flat out wrong. If they held this vote today, he would get 50 votes.
It should be longer. The reason it's
longer.
Plus 190 is excuse me, shorter. The reason shorter. It should be minus 300. The reason it's not is because of time decay and the injury.
Yeah, that's
injury risks.
Yeah, and
he has to live. He has to live through the rest of the season.
He has to finish. He has to complete the comeback. He has to complete he has to survive the ground.
All right, assistant coach of the year. I know you don't have this pulled up. I want you to guess. I'm looking at the top 5. You have 5 guesses to give me the 5. You get 1 point for each correct guess. 5 top in odds, and there are 7 names due to a tie. So I give you a little extra.
Oh wow, that's fun. Lou Anarumo.
Lou Anarumo is incorrect.
Jeez,
not even close. He's like 12th in the market.
He was just on the top of my head because we were talking about him.
We were just definitely one that's been mentioned already in the podcast.
Jeff Ulbrich?
So these are offensive and defensive coordinators.
Yeah.
Is
Is Jeff Ulbrich?
No, God, no.
Really?
I don't know. He's not even listed, man.
He's live. He's going to start getting more and more credit, man. There were people who were specifically cherry picking his defensive coordinating against Josh Allen and oohing and ahhing.
No, that's not the dumbest thing. I might have to talk to Dave Mason and see if we can get that up.
What? See if you can get him added.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a top 5 defense, they do. So it either goes to a play calling OC. You're never going to give it to a guy, which is, I'm amazed right now. Jim Bob Cooter is your number one.
What?
Doesn't call plays, guys. They don't.
Jim Bob Cooter. Wait, whoa. Where is this mark? Is this Bet Online?
Bet Online. So not a bit. You to win like 1,000 is like your max here. So it's not a huge liquidity market, but he is plus 225, and Hafley is 550. So he is a sizable favorite right now over him. John Morton is your third, your new Lions OC. Josh Grizzard, the new Tampa OC, is 9-1.
That makes sense.
Robert Saleh, Clint Kubiak, and Anthony Campanile are
I like
tied
Kubiak.
for 5th.
I hate the rest of this.
Brian Flores at 15-1 makes sense if that's a really good defense.
Oh, God.
Vance Joseph is next.
Puke.
Zach Robinson after that. Minter, Joe Brady, Josh McDaniels, then Amaruno. Clayton Adams, which is another. Clev, I forgot to push back on this. Clev said that Clayton Adams, the Cowboys OC, but he's another one where am I going to give him the credit for the play calling right now? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, in the space of like, the negative effect his absence has had on the Cardinals with the positive effect he's had on the Cowboys, it's pretty irrefutable. He should be in the discussion.
I know, but they haven't in the 10 years. It goes to who coached up an amazing defense or who calls plays.
Yeah.
Like
that makes
it's
sense.
tough to give it to a guy who doesn't call plays.
And honestly, the fact that people are going to struggle to come up with guys off the top of their head means that like the Floreses of the world are very, very live. I would say Flores and Vance Joseph are very, very, very live here. I like
what percentage of the 50 voters could name the Cowboys OC?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Like half
off the top of their, like without looking it up. Who covers the NFC?
Even Clev, who pushed him, didn't even spell his name right.
He spelled it with a C.
Yeah,
it's Clayton with a K.
Yeah, tough scenes on the thing. Clint Kubiak, double Ks. So I don't mind Kubiak as a fun one. I added some Joe Brady immediately. He had the worst.
Which double K is going to get more votes between Clint Kubiak and Cliff Kingsbury?
Kubiak. I mean. Maybe Kingsbury now that
his offense
that was looking good. Man, we're coming up with like 9 guys we want to add in this market. We're gonna have this corner. We're gonna have this market cornered.
Vance Joseph and Brian Flores would be in my top 5 surely. Minter is outsider for me, top 5. Chris Shula, an outsider for me for top 5.
Not listed.
That's crazy. Jeff Hafley deserves consideration. Hafley is number 2. Okay.
Yes,
that's cool. That
100%. That checks out. So him and Morton and Grizzard makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, Morton and Grizzard calling plays for 2 very hot offenses.
The way that assistant coach award is going to go is that just pick a unit that is a top 5 and an assistant coach that you know off the top of your head. That's who's going to win this award, because people are not going to dig into the weeds to come up with the obscure Jim Bob Cooters. I'm sorry.
That's why I like Joe Brady when he was a little longer. It's like, hey, this offense is gonna hum. And
I like Clint Kubiak as a candidate. I like
Kingsbury at 50-1 might be a play, man.
Yeah.
That offense looked decent when they were. I mean, people forget it was just kind of turnovers.
His rushing offense is fucking
outside
awesome.
of that, it was a really nice game from Jaden too.
I don't think enough people will know and recognize John Morton and or want to give it to him in year 1. This feels like this feels like an opportunity to give a longtime assistant an award. It always kind of has that vibe. Yeah.
Anyway. Flores or Kingsbury, kind of the ones I'm eyeballing.
Or Vance Joseph. Vance Joseph didn't win last year, did he?
No.
Who was last year's winner? Ben Johnson?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Who is the coach of the year, in your opinion?
If you voted right now, it's Steichen. You vote right now.
Steichen and Vrabel are splitting the vote, and they're going to the made up tiebreaker if between Steichen and Vrabel right now.
Yeah. Cohen swipes some votes. There are people that give Cohen enough second place votes and have one of those guys below him that I'm not sure which one wins right now out of those three. Shanahan getting some love, which is kind of tough to
hate that.
See him leapfrogging those guys.
The trap door is about to open out from under this fucking Niners team. It's fucking over. It is over.
Ben Johnson, I just don't know if they have a good enough team. I like what he's doing. I just don't know if the Bears are good enough.
I added 2 bets, by the way, since we talked yesterday. One of them was Patriots game over 41.5 or something like that, minus 102. And the other was I sold out. I'm alt spreads Atlanta Falcons in that one. I can't get there. I make them favorite. I'm not. Yeah. I think this is going to be a limited Mac Jones with no weapons and a defense that can't get off the field.
Yeah, I mentioned that on the show yesterday. I wanted to bet the Falcons. I wanted to wait till Friday. I said I will take a worse number.
The information we've got in the last 5 hours is enough for me to be like,
it's not good.
Not happening.
It's not good for San Fran.
Now, granted, they could be lying as they always do.
The lying liars.
I don't think it's happening.
Okay. All right. Let's reconvene tomorrow. We'll talk some Survivor. We'll update the injury news that we have. We'll talk about anything else you guys want to talk about, and head into the weekend. We'll see you tonight for halftime of the Geriatric Bowl.
I actually have some fun trivia for you on the way out. You ready?
All right. I got time.
The Associated Press has been awarding the NFL Assistant Coach of the Year since 2014.
10 years.
How many of the former winners are current head coaches in the NFL?
4.
More.
6.
Yes. Can you name them?
So I'm assuming Ben Johnson. Yeah, Ben Johnson won it last year. That's 1.
Correct.
All right. Shanny won it early on in
2016. Yes.
Shanny was 2. One of the first ones to win it.
That's 2. You can get all 6.
Mike McDonald.
Nope.
Won it 2 years ago? No.
He did not. Jim Schwartz won it 2 years ago. He is not a current head coach.
Not a head coach. Dable won it as a play caller in Buffalo.
Yes, he did. Good call. Dable did win.
All right, so that's
3.
All right, we're at 3. Gosh, who else is a head coach right now? I'm just blanking on that. So like Shawty, and then you got Sirianni. So we didn't give one to Gannon. That's certainly not a thing.
Nope.
KOC wasn't ever a play caller.
Nope.
I don't think Mike McDaniels won it.
Nope.
Kellen Moore certainly not.
Nope.
God, who am I missing here? I'm just thinking of coaches, and I'm. Oh, Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn won it.
Dan Quinn as the DC for the Cowboys.
Now I'm just starting to go through the divisions.
Yes.
They're all just like
you're missing 2. You're missing 2, and they were both defensive coordinators. I'll give you that hint. DeMeco. Yes. DC for the Niners.
Durso brought it up. I forget. They had that stretch of like
DC for the Niners. Got
DC. And then I'm blanking on the last one. Aaron Glenn certainly didn't win it.
It was the inaugural winner. He was the defensive coordinator for the Arizona Cardinals. It's not enough of a clue.
I'm blanking hard. Buddy Ryan.
2014, DC, Arizona Cardinals. He went on to be a head coach. He went on to get fired from that head coaching job. He got an assistant coaching job, and then he got elevated to the head coach when the head coach retired.
Raheem Morris?
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles.
Of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, man. I feel like there was actually a podcast this year where we brought up Todd Bowles, and I ascribed him as a Super Bowl champion. He was an assistant coach. That was Bruce Arians' head coach Super Bowl. So Todd Bowles still has yet to win a ring as a head coach.
This will be funny if Baker crushes again this year.
Yeah, none of those
great seasons and none of them win it.
Yeah,
although Canales
and Cohen, both of them missed.
All
right, man. Well, good job. Some other fun ones on there. Vic Fangio won it 1 year. Greg Roman won it 1 year. We mentioned Jim Schwartz. Pat Schumer won it 1 year. Wade Phillips
for the Vikings.
Pat Schumer for the Vikings. 2017.
That was like a Mike Zimmer year. Good. We're awarding that offense. I'm gonna have to go look back at that.
We do want to mention the Reek Willen for Achane is possible. Oh my God, that is trade porn. If that happens, that's because Reek Willen. Get him out of town. I'm done with him. His contributions have been on minus.
If they make that trade, I'm not only betting Seattle to win. I'm going to try to find a 2026 Seattle market.
Oh man, that would be sick. That would be sick. He's so good. He's so fast.
Passing game too.
Yeah,
God, I love that.
That would be awesome. Would be awesome.
The table.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, yeah, that would actually help the Dolphins. It's an upgrade over whoever their current cornerback is, even though I hate Reek Willen. It's an upgrade over. Actually, Rasul Douglas has been playing pretty well, and so has Jack Jones. That's not exactly their problem right now. Their problem has been more their run stop. Anyway, let's wrap. Good job.
I don't know why that's in there. I'm trying to find music. There's just random sounds.
It's an element of fire. What is that?
I don't know. StreamYard didn't update. We should do applause. We'll do applause after every time we make a winning bet. Hey guys, tomorrow. Be gone. Makes me want to watch Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. I do.